Hey guys, in the last video we started working on the Z-axis bearing block by machining the back side, and today we're going to machine the front side. So we're in Fusion 360 and we're going to go over some of the cam operations used for the front side of the Z-axis bearing block. These are real similar to the Y-axis that I did earlier, so I'll go through them rather quickly. So the first operation is just center drilling all of our holes. Then we're going to come back with a 3/32 drill bit to drill out for our bearing cover. Next we're going to come back with a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill out our mounting holes. This will go all the way through. We're then going to come back with a 3/16 inch end mill. These are 1 inch deep, and we're just going to counter bore this so that we have a relief for the head of our bolts here. And then next we're going to start working on our bearing pocket. And I took some suggestions from some of the viewers of my last video, which suggested that I bore all the way through to give us a hole for chips to get through, to be flushed down through. So I'm going to try that. So we're going to bore all the way through. Then we're going to come back with our adaptive clearing. Again, we're going to only go 3/4 of an inch, and we'll do this in 2 stages to get down to our final depth. But we're just going to spiral down and then work our way out to rough the bearing pocket to size. Once we have it rough, we're going to come back and do another boring operation, and this will get us real close. This will get us to within 4/1000 of an inch. And then we're going to come back for one final pass to get our bearing pocket to size. Now I did this because this is a 1.3 inch bearing pocket. This is a long tool bit, and just in case there's any deflection, this will kind of clean this up. Now I am running this, I'm leaving 1/1000 of an inch diameter, and that seems to be working out good for my mill. But that works out and gives me a real nice fit. After we bring our bearing pocket to size, then I'm going to come back and we're going to create our step for our spacer. And then we're going to finish up with a finishing pass. Now this finishing pass is a little undersized because the spacers tend to be a little bowed toward the inside. So this is just to give me a nice fit. So those are the cam operations for the top side, the front side of the Z-axis bearing block. So now let's go out to the mill and we'll machine this out. Okay, we've got the part in the mill and we're going to do our first operation, which is just doing some center drilling. So let's get started. Alright, let's get this bit changed out for our 3/32 drill bit. Alright, we're going to swap this out with a 1/4 inch in drill bit and drill the mounting holes. Alright, got the 1/4 inch drill bit in there. I've changed the gearbox down to high 1, which is going to give me around 1,000 RPMs. got our holes drilled for our mounting holes, and this is also a relief hole. I'm going to come back now. We're going to just put in a 3/16 inch end mill and counterbore these 3 mounting holes. Alright, we've got our recess for our mounting holes. So next we're going to work on our bearing pocket. finished up the bearing pocket. It looks like going this route, doing the initial bore, seemed to work out a lot better. So now we need to change to a shorter 3/8 inch end mill, and we're going to do the recess for the spacer. Alright, so there's the finished Z-axis bearing block. We'll pull it out, we'll check the fit on the bearing. Alright, so finished up the Z-axis bearing block. Overall, turned out really well. I had a little mishap here with my 3/16 end mill. I didn't realize that I did not have enough of the end mill sticking out to go 1 inch deep here, but I got that corrected and finished it up. Other than that, it turned out pretty good. I had a lot of people warn me early on about the cool mist and it staining my metal, and I can see what they're talking about now. So not real happy with that. I've still got about 2 quarts left, so we'll see. I'll have to try something else after that. Other than that, the cool mist works good. I like the fact that it's non-toxic, so we'll just have to see. The Z-axis spacer fits on here nice. Gives me a nice fit. I'll have to come back and drill and thread these holes here. The bearings fit in there nice. Got a nice slip fit in there. I don't want them too hard to get in there, but I don't want them any, side to side slop either. Just a nice slip fit. Spacer will have to be trimmed down a little bit, but then the cover goes on, and then that'll be it. So that finishes up the Z-axis bearing block. I've had a lot of people inquire about making a kit. They see me making these mounts and they assume that I'm making kits, but however, that is not the case at this time. I'm only making a couple of sets. One for Chad, who I promised early on. I really want to get my machine finished, get the belt drive, the ATC going, power draw bar. Once I get further along with my machine, I may start making mounts. However, for right now, I'm not. For those of you interested in the drawings for all my CNC conversions, you can stop by the website. Those are available. Thanks for all your support. Thumbs up if you like the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And most importantly, be safe.